ಅವರು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ರಾಜಕಾರಣ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬಂದು ಸ್ಥಿರವಾದಂತ ಸರ್ಕಾರಗಳನ್ನ ಅಸ್ಥಿರಗೊಳಿಸಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದಾಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಂತದ್ದೇ ಇವರ ಉದ್ದೇಶ. ಜಾರ್ಖಂಡ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ, ಛತ್ತೀಸ್ಗಢ ನಲ್ಲಿ, ಡೆಲ್ಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿರುವಂತದ್ದನ್ನ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ
students to use ChatGPT and other large language models, but then critique the output, see what are the mistakes the artificial intelligence has made. So you not only make use of the power of AI, but you're also developing your critical thinking skills of evaluating the output of the AI. I think that's going to be very important going forward. But it's also very critical that all UG and PG students in, especially in engineering branches, not just in computer science, are now exposed to artificial intelligence at all levels, because it's going to have an impact in all branches of engineering. So, because it's not just, you may, let me, come to that base when I come to the maybe the negative impact, or what one feels as the negative impact. I already talked about hallucinations, which can have a bad effect, because when people start believing the results they get when they search for something, and the search is being curated by AI, you may get wrong results on your health, etc., which can lead to bad effects on on your life. So basically what you have to do, here I'm paraphrasing Ronald Reagan, you can use AI, but you have to verify it, so that should be the key fact that you should always use whenever you are using AI. Jobs is another area where there's been a lot of talk. I will take away all the jobs, and I'm sure that is something of great concern to all you graduating students. What will be the future of jobs, given that generative AI is making such rapid advances? Here I think one need not be worried as long as one reskills appropriately. If you're just doing routine coding jobs, routine software engineering jobs, these will all go away because of generative AI. Already it can do a lot of coding. It can beat humans on various coding tasks. So if you just learn basic software,
ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಹೊರಟಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಂತ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿ, ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ
of a different type. So don't get stuck in routine jobs, routine software coding, etc. Do something which is at a higher level, higher skill level, which the AI cannot do. But I would say more deleterious impact is on society. What has happened is, given, for example, if you look at OpenAI's Sora, the video generating software, which OpenAI is going to release very soon, can generate very realistic videos. And we have already seen examples of deepfake videos of various actresses and other public personalities. And same with photos. And now you have cases where families, parents receive calls which are essentially deepfake audio recordings of their children, say a daughter or son pleading with the parent, calling on the phone saying that, oh, I was in an accident, somebody got killed, the police are holding me, and they want about 25 lakhs or something to release me. And since the voice sounds exactly like their daughter or son, they tend to believe it and give the money. So there are a lot of such cases where it has become very difficult I think, to distinguish between a real video or a photo and a deepfake video or a photo. That has one major impact, which I think all of us has to realize. That really affects one of the core concepts that we have, which is the concept of truth. What is truth? That itself is affected by these innovations that AI has done. Because once you can no longer believe some video or audio, etc., as somebody as real, then there is very little that you can do. So what may happen going forward if this becomes a real issue is we may go back to a situation where we only believe things which we see with our own eyes, or only believe things which we hear with our own ears in our immediate physical neighborhood. That will be quite a sad development, because what technology till now has done, especially internet, has really expanded our worldview. Earlier, we were only interacting with our neighboring people. Now we are able to interact with the whole world. But once you feel that anything you see on internet, you cannot believe it, then you are going to retreat back. You are going to say, no, okay, I cannot believe anything on internet, anything on WhatsApp, anything on the social media. So then you are going to start retreating and going into a older situation where you only interact with people whom you can physically see, whom you can physically hear, and so on. So in a way, it's ironical that technological advances is what initially led to the expansion of our world, but it's may also lead to a contraction of our world, where we now believe only things which we can physically see and hear. So that is not something which is going to be very good. Another bad impact is that we all tend to become more and more isolated. In a way, that's again quite ironical, given that we are in a hyper-connected world where we are in touch, through technology with all our friends and family all over the world. But still, what you see, especially among younger generation and among very old people, is that becoming socially isolated, they are feeling lonely and depressed. There are many studies which show that the depression among teenagers, especially teenage girls, has risen rapidly after social media came into picture. So therefore, it is very unfortunate that these technological advances are also leading to social isolation, where we have all seen pictures where the family is sitting around the dining table, but everybody is looking at their phones. Nobody is talking to one another. So these are the things which are quite bad, and these are the things I think as a next generation of leaders you should guard against, because I think it's my appeal to you is, do not fall into this trap of using technology and only technology for all your interactions. I think you should appreciate the human relationships, should appreciate the human emotions like kindness, empathy, and so on. Develop those emotions, but those will happen only when you connect to somebody in person, where you can see that person directly in their eyes. That is when empathy develops. When somebody relates something and you feel that kinship with that person, all these things develop only in real life, when you are actually interacting with human beings, and not through social media or not through AI and so on. So it's very important that you do that. And the other thing which education at an institution like VTU teaches you is how to learn and how to think. What you learn is not important. How do you learn? How do you think about matters is what is most important. That is a skill which will carry you forward. But I would say, urge all of you to use the thinking skills which have been developed during your stay at VTU, to always search for the truth. Because as I said, in this age of AI, truth itself is a very precious commodity. So it's very important that you search for truth always, using your the thinking skills that you have developed at VTU. So with this, let me stop and congratulate all of you on your achievement. I think it's a very momentous occasion for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. May I now request respected Vice Chancellor, to kindly request the Chancellor to lead the delegation in felicitating the chief guest.
I request the Honorable Chancellor to felicitate our chief guest, Rangarajanji.
Respected Vice Chancellor will now request the Honorable Chancellor to
Honorable Chancellor, I request you to give your message to this gathering.
ಇನ್ನು ನಿಮಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ.
ಸಚಿವರೇ ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಆಗಿದೆ.
इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ साइंस बेंगलुरु के डायरेक्टर एवं इस दीक्षांत समारोह के मुख्य अतिथि प्रोफेसर गोविंदन रंगराजन जी, वाइस चांसलर प्रोफेसर एस विद्याशंकर जी, रजिस्ट्रार प्रोफेसर बी रंगस्वामी जी, रजिस्ट्रार मूल्यांकन प्रोफेसर